Cade. 38 years old, 23, 6 and 10 playoff average this year in this series. 24, 9.5, and 10.5. Damn near a triple double. Is it okay to say he's getting old and he's getting tired?
He
I
played
just
like he's
go.
38.
Yeah, I go on Twitter and he's just getting bashed. I mean, I get it. This 3-point shooting, terrible. I don't know if it's the reason why the Lakers lost this game. It's part of the reason. LeBron is the best player on the team, so he definitely deserves some of the blame. But I mean, to just to the way LeBron is getting hated on, I think he's getting I think it's over hate. I pulled up just career playoff averages. I didn't want to pull up Jordan because Jordan was in the league was in the playoffs for 10 years. So I was thinking who's like an all-time leading scorer who was in the playoffs for the majority of career. That's Karl Malone. Karl Malone career playoff averages 24, 10, and 8. LeBron year 38 in the playoffs, not career. 24, like I said, 9.5 and 10.5. Okay, so yes, LeBron is getting lazy in the fourth quarter. I don't understand. It does drive me crazy. Trust me. But I'm gonna put if I had to put like a percentage of the blame on why the Lakers are down 0-3, I'll go 25% LeBron K just because, man, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why he's falling in love with this three in the fourth quarter. Only reason why I can say is just um he gets tired in the fourth or something. I don't know. Well, I don't know why he's not just giving it to AD. But I gotta give another what can I do 50% on Darvin Ham? Is that too much? I don't know because
I would say I think you could just put 75% on this Denver team is just really fucking good. Like I think
thank
that's
you.
half.
That was my next point. Let's not act like this Denver team is a slouch. We've been saying this all season long. This Nuggets team, if I wasn't a Lakers fan, Kate, come on, I'd be picking this Nuggets team because this Nuggets team by far has had the best starting lineup in the West. I don't know about NBA because Celtics, Bucks, probably you could argue, but for my money, I think the Nuggets have had the best starting lineup in the West. Just the way you craft a roster this is just perfect. I mean, you got your point center, Jokic, dude's averaging a triple double. Jamal Murray, no All Stars, yes, but we were talking about it last show. This dude's easily a top 5 shooting guard in the league. You could definitely argue over Donovan Mitchell, who's I believe that it has like one All NBA. You probably can't argue Devin Booker. You can definitely argue Bradley Beal, who's what 5-time All Star. This Denver team's they've had the second best offense in the regular season. Lakers played them tough at Denver games 1 and 2. Game 3, I mean, they just go cold in the fourth. MPJ heats up. For some reason, Darvin Ham, he's fallen in love with Dennis Toaster Schroeder. 7 points per game on 40%. I don't know why this dude Schroeder's been playing, so much late in the game. I get that he's kind of a pest defensively, but he's undersized. And man, I know Jared Vanderbilt can't really shoot the 3, Cade, but how come he's just riding the bench? I mean, I'm just looking, off memory. I'm looking back at old Lakers teams who won the chip, 2010, 2008. If I remember correctly, Ron Artest couldn't shoot the 3 that well. Lamar Odom couldn't really shoot the 3. Those were key minutes. It's like, okay, Jared Vanderbilt can't stretch the floor. Yeah, let's completely give up on him, even though he's definitely the best matchup for Jamal Murray because Jared Vanderbilt was able to shut down John Morant, or maybe not shut down, slow down John Morant, and that's pretty tough to do. So the fact that Jared Vanderbilt, completely got benched this series, I don't really understand it. D'Angelo Russell, ni hao, ni hao. Okay, minus 25, minus 16, minus 12 the last 3 games. This dude can't. I mean, we've been known he can't play a lick of defense. What happens at the gate? Game 3, the like, out of the first 11 points that the Nuggets scored, 9 of them were on D'Angelo Russell. So it's like he can't play a lick of defense. He can't shoot the ball. I think he had 3 points, right? And then going into the fourth quarter, Lakers are up 1, 7 minutes and 48 seconds left. the rest of the way, AD and LeBron combined for 1 for 4. They get 4 shots up. I think LeBron went 1 for 2 from deep. He had one of those threes, one of his 2 threes, end of that fourth quarter. But there's just no reason AD, who, for the most part, he had an efficient game. He had a solid game. He was getting boards. Why is there no set plays in it? And why are they just kicking it out to Schroeder to shoot the threes when you got a red hot AR? Why is LeBron shooting the threes? I didn't like how game 3 ended. Obviously because they lost, but it was like I don't know. AD and LeBron kind of checked out. It was tough to see. I didn't agree with the lineups Darvin was putting out there. So, Kate, you let me ramble on. My bad. I'll let you react to what I said.
I'll say no, you're good. I mean, you might be able to confirm this, but I think one of the most frustrating things about this series, if you are a Lakers fan, is the fact that these have all been winnable games. Like there's hasn't been a
Yeah,
game that really hasn't necessarily been out of the reach for the Lakers to either come back and win or keep a lead and like win just outright. But then you also look at the way that they've been playing this series. Jokic had a big game in game one, but I mean, they're I think Jokic is being locked down the best he can be compared to the past 2 series. I mean, it's no surprise there. You look at game or the first series they had against the Timberwolves. You are going up against people like Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns. But let's be honest here, Jokic is still one of the 2-time MVP or back-to-back MVPs, one of the best offensive players in the game. They're not going to slow him down too much. You go to that Suns series, we all know DeAndre ain't going to slow him down that much. So you finally actually start putting up a team that's actually going to be putting up some defense against them, putting up some height against them, against this entire team. I mean, you look at it height wise, it's don't get me wrong, the Nuggets do have some height, don't get me wrong, but it just seems like this Lakers team is more physical, more dominant, and should be limiting the scoring of this Nuggets team. And realistically, they are. It's just the fact that this scoring is not coming from Jokic. It's now coming from Jamal Murray, who's put up 31 points in game one and 37 in back to back between games 2 and game 3. So you're doing what you can to limit Jokic. I mean, he only put up 24, 6, and 8 today, which for Jokic, that's nothing special. That's a very average day for, I mean, him. And I think he'd probably be pretty upset about the way he played, if you ask me, just knowing the caliber that we've seen Jokic play at in the past. But still, the fact that Jamal Murray gets hot and you can't stop him. I mean, and the craziest thing about this too is that you look at Michael Malone. He's using an 8-team. He's only using an 8-player team. He's only going to 3 players off the bench, so you know who you're going to be seeing on a consistent basis. And Jamal Murray's still putting up those points. Jokic is still putting up those points. He's getting those assists. People forget that MPJ, when in the right moment, can get hot, get some threes right there. KCP. I mean, this is a team that everybody and every piece on that team is going to be lethal. They're going to be scary to guard, and you're not going to be able to really shift around that defense in a way that's going to keep everybody locked in and stopping them from scoring. I mean, you go back to that last series. I mean, I'm just going to use the last series as an example because that was the one I was most locked into, most watching. But you looked at what the Suns were doing. They would have to sacrifice one shot for the other, and that's what killed them in that series. Is that you'd either have to double down on Jokic and try making sure you stop him from taking that short little high arc mid range jumper to get an easy 2, or you hope that the guy in the corner, in this case KCP, doesn't get hot and start making threes from there. I mean, it's just like kind of like pick your battle, pick your poison. And as of now, they have been picking their poison and trying to get rid of Jokic, but Jamal Murray has been heating up just as much. So, and I'll go back to one of the things you said earlier. If there is a team in this postseason that can come back from 3-0, it is the Lakers. But we're also just looking at 2 different series. I mean, if you're looking at the grand scheme of things, I don't even think this Lakers team really has a chance just based off the way the Nuggets are playing. Do I think they're going to win game 4? I mean, in LA at Crypto.com Arena, I think they're going to win that game because they know they have that feeling of their backs against the wall. But right when they go to Denver for game 5, that's going to be the series right there. I don't see both these series being a sweep. I think the Lakers are more primed to take one. I think they're going to take this next one before being escorted to Cancun in game 5.
Yeah, I think they'll take game 4 as well. I don't see them getting swept at home. Whereas, I think Miami could definitely close it out. But one more thing, Cade, you kind of touched on like that Nuggets or rotation, 7-man lineup. Or I guess it's been 8. I mean, we didn't see Christian Braun too much in game 3, but for the most part, he's been in these playoff series. Thing about the difference between this Lakers and Nuggets team is Lakers have still been tinkering with lineups all playoffs long, which foolishly I kind of thought that was a good thing because I was kind of thinking, we got a bunch of different guys that we can mix and match with. We got Vando, we can do Rui off the bench. By the way, Kate, how come Roy wasn't starting after game one? I mean, I get that he could be one of those sparks off the bench, but man, I feel like that dude should have been starting over D'Lo game two, game three. I was like, but going back to like what I was saying, I thought it was a good thing that they could go Malik Beasley, Lonnie Walker. They got a bunch of dudes, but what I didn't realize that you talked about this earlier in the show when we were talking about the Celtics and the Heat, I believe. This Nuggets team has been together all season long. Last year, I know there was no Jamal Murray, but for the most part, these guys have been together and they've had this set lineup. I kind of, for some reason, I was thinking, oh, they don't have that deep of a bench. Jeff Green, they really only got Bruce Brown that I trust. But man, these guys have played together, played a lot of games together. They've had lots of reps. They know where each other's on the court. And going back to like what I said earlier, man, they just got dudes. Bruce Brown can hit threes. He's a solid defender. Aaron Gordon, solid defender. MPJ, well, he was like what top three prospect coming out of high school, before he got hurt. KCP, this dude's a vet as well. So it's really not a surprise